Hello everyone, and welcome to our first lesson on 3D design and printing. But what I wanted to do with this video is I want to show you how to do these they're relatively quick lessons to learn some of the basics of 3D design and printing. So from the link in Google Classroom, it's going to bring you to a website called Tinkercad. Tinkercad is a free website that allows you to design in 3D. So I clicked on the link and it brings you to the login screen. On the login screen, you're going to see a button that says sign in with Google. We want to use our Google account when we sign in. So I'm going to click on sign in with Google. And then it may pop up with some different names on here. You're going to click on your account if you need to, and that should sign you into the Tinkercad website. Now you can see, because I've used this website for a long time, I have all these different designs I've created over the years. If it's the first time you signed in, it might bring you right to a tutorial page, which is where we're going to start in the first place. But if you have signed in before, it might bring you, this is called our dashboard, it might bring you here. Regardless, we want to get to that learning page. So from this screen, I'm going to click on Learn in the upper right hand corner. If you're already on the tutorial, it should bring you right to the actual tutorial. So now what I want to do is I want to choose the Place It. That's where we're going to start for our tutorial. So I'll click on that and it's just going to bring up our first lesson. Some of these are really quick, like this one's going to be really quick. Some take a little bit more effort, but it shouldn't take you too long to get through these lessons. So the way the lessons work is we have our information over here on the left-hand side, and we also have our instructions down underneath here. So you're going to read through this, and I'll go through each one of the lessons just to make sure that you guys are understanding what they want to do. So the first lesson is called Place It. It says, welcome to Tinkercad. We are excited to have you with us. Tinkercad is used to build all types of creations by adding and removing shapes from the design workspace. So this is your workspace that you see in the middle here. Let's add a shape to the work plane now. So down here at the bottom, it's going to give you the instructions to complete this lesson. So the first one is see the orange shape on the work plane. There's our orange shape. This is called a hint. So anytime you see this, it's called a hint. That's where they want you to place things eventually during the lesson. So we're going to find the box shape in the Shapes panel on the right, and we're going to left click and drag that box right into this hint area. So I find the box over here on the right. I'm just simply clicking on it and dragging it into that area there, and now you can see we placed an item on the work plane. Next, we just click on the next button and we just completed our first lesson. So they're really simple and it goes through fast. So I'm going to click on done and we'll continue to the next lesson, which is called View It. The View It lesson is going to show us how we use the camera to view the different parts of your design. So whatever you design eventually, we want to be able to see all different sides of it. So View It is, well, creating designs, it helps to see your shapes from all sides. The view cube, which is located up here in the top left, will help you look around your work plane. So let's learn how you can change your view. So just left click and drag anywhere on the view cube. So I'm just going to left click and drag. And you can see that is going to change my view of the work plane. Try clicking different areas. So if I click on the front, it automatically brings me to the front. If I rotate it around and click on right, it brings me to the right, and so on and so forth. So I can actually view around my design using the view cube. Now when I click next, we're going to learn how to zoom. From time to time, it may help take a closer look at your design. Practice zooming in and zooming out. So the easiest way to zoom in and zoom out is with the scroll wheel on your mouse if you have a mouse. So I just scroll in, that zooms in, scroll out, that zooms out. Okay? Now if you have a touchpad on a laptop, you have to use the different gestures. Like if you pinch in, that'll zoom in. If you pinch out, that'll zoom out. I'm sure you're familiar with that with phones as well. It's the same gestures. So we're going to click on next. Now there is a quicker way, and this is the way I actually use for viewing an object. I don't use the view cube. You can just use your mouse. So if I right click with my mouse, I can actually just move around my screen. For me, that's a little bit easier than going up to the view cube and moving that around. I think it's easier just to right click and move around. So whatever way is easiest for you, It's completely up to you on how you work with the design. If you're using the touchpad, you can either press Control and left click while dragging. That'll do the same thing as right clicking, or simply right click and drag if you have a touchpad set up to accept right click. So if you have that, you can do that as well. So we'll click next. Now we're done with lesson number 2. We're flying through these. So now we're going to move things around. Next lesson is called moving. So we want to move things around our work plane. So I'm going to click on next. Move each of the boxes, each of the shapes to the boxes that they have for the hints. So I want to left click and drag each box to one of the hints. So I'm going to click on this one, and all I'm doing is clicking and dragging over to that box. Now you want to be careful. You'll see it has all these different boxes that go around here. These will actually resize that item, so I can actually resize it. We don't want to do that. We're just moving at this point. So if you accidentally resize it, you can hit the undo button or Control Z on your keyboard, whatever works for you. So I'm going to move this to the corner, move this one to this corner, and this one to this corner, like that. Now we'll click next. And that's as simple as that one. We're done with 3 lessons. So now we know how to move it, we know how to look around on our camera, we know how to place objects onto the work plane. Next, we're going to learn how to rotate an object. So you see we have 3 objects here and they want me to rotate it in different ways. So let's rotate objects on the work plane. So rotate or spin each of the box shapes to match the hint. So let's get started. Select the box by left clicking. So I'll start with the one on the left. And you're going to see these shape handles, which are these little kind of curved lines with arrows on the end. There's one up here, there's one down here. If I move around the screen a little bit, they kind of move around. That's how we rotate. So for the first one, I'm going to want to use this one up here at the top. I want to click on it and just kind of drag to the left until it lines up. Okay, this one, I'm going to want to maybe move up towards the top and use that rotation. So I'm just clicking and dragging. So you may have to move your camera around a little bit in order to get the right direction. So this one I want to kind of go on the side, click on it, and then drag this one and rotate. Now when it rotates, you have 2 options. If you leave your cursor close or inside that rotation circle, it'll move 22.5 degrees at a time. If you go outside that circle with your mouse, it moves 1 degree at a time. So 22.5 at a time, outside goes 1 degree at a time. All right, so now they're all rotated to the correct spot. So we'll click next, we'll click done, and now we're going to learn how to resize objects. So again, it gives me 3 shapes, and it gives me the hints that we have on here on the size they want those shapes. So if you remember, when I click on a shape, it gave me the rotation tools, but it also has these boxes on here. And the boxes are how we resize different shapes. Okay? So select the box by left clicking on the shape. This will enable these shape handles. So you can see this, the shape handles are these boxes, the black and white boxes. Use the black handles on the bottom edge of each shape to size the shape in a single direction. So I'm going to click on this black box, drag it over, click on this one, drag it over, and now I have that resized. Now with this one, I'm going to have to rotate my camera a little bit and do the same thing. Click on this, drag it over, click on that, drag it over, and then the same thing with this one. Now with this one, we want to use both of those. We want to drag this like that, that up like that. I might have to move my camera a little bit so we can get it lined up. And then we can resize this as well. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is instead of using the black boxes, we can use the white ones. So the white ones will let you resize it 2 at a time. So I can actually just click on that, click that into the corner, and now that is resized. So whatever way is easiest for you, either the black ones or the white ones, it's completely up to you. Now we'll move on to the next one. It's called grouping. Grouping it is really important in Tinkercad and any sort of 3D design. You want to be able to group things together. So we're going to go through these lessons. So we're going to build with basic shapes, is a lot of fun. But did you know you can combine shapes to create new ones? Let's try grouping some shapes. So let's continue. The cylinder shape on the left is set to an orange color. The cylinder on the right is set to a hole. Let's see what happens when we group a box with each of these shapes. So we want to select the box on the left by left-clicking the shape, and then we want to hold down the Shift key on our keyboard and then click the other shape. So I'm going to click that cylinder. Then up here in the upper right, you'll see there is a group button. So when I click on group, that groups them together. So now they are one combined shape. If I move them around, they move together. So those are grouped together into one shape. Now if we do the same thing on this side, click on the first shape, hold down Shift, click on the hole, and group these together, watch the difference that it makes. You can see because that shape was a hole, instead of grouping them together, it actually cuts out the area where that hole was. So that's how you remove parts of a shape. Click next. Again, this is just going through the right box. And now we're done with grouping. So just like with anything, and I'm going to just kind of go off the script here. If I had another box, if I grabbed another, let's do a different shape. We'll do, let's do a cone. So if I just add a cone on here, right now it's a solid shape, and if I change that over to a hole, so you can change any shape that you have into a hole, and then I group these together, so click the first shape, hold down Shift, click the second shape, group them together, you can see wherever that hole was, it cuts that part out. So any shape that you have, you can turn into a hole to cut out different parts of a different shape. Now we'll move on to alignment. You can see we have 3 boxes here, and we want to make sure that those are all lined up. So I'm going to click on Next. So it says, let's explore the different ways these box shapes can be aligned. Hovering over an alignment handle will show a preview of what the alignment will look like, and clicking the handle will move the shapes into that preview position. So what we want to do is we want to select all the shapes. So click on the first one, hold down Shift, click on the second one, keep holding Shift, and click on the third one. So now they're all highlighted. And now you'll see in the upper right hand corner, near where the group button was, we have Align. So if I click on Align, it gives me some different ways to align or line up the different shapes. So hover your mouse over each of the black alignment handles to see what would happen if we actually click on it. So if I click on this one, you can see it'll line up those shapes right in the middle. If I click on the corner, it lines them up in the corner, going across. This one will line them up vertically, like that, and so on and so forth. So this will allow you to align different shapes without having to try to drag them around your screen to align them yourself. So it gives you the chance to actually align them. Now we want to click on any of the alignment handles. So I'll click on this one. So you can see just by clicking that, that lined them all up. If I click on the middle one, that'll line them up vertically, and so on and so forth. So that's an easy way to get things lined up on your screen. So that is it for our 7 lessons. Again, if you have any questions about anything with these lessons, send me an email, write me a comment in Google Classroom, whatever is easiest for you. And I will be talking with you soon. Thank you for watching.